Land along with Brenda Van Langen. Glad to have you aboard for this classic battle between two tradition-rich colleges. Women's basketball just doesn't get any better when you talk about the history of these two schools. Recent history is pretty good, too. Everyone knew Tennessee would be great. They are. Texas, so 11-1, they've stunned some folks.
And they really found their personality in that preseason WNIT tournament. They won a couple and then lost big to Purdue, but that's when the players really bought into Coach Conrad's system. They came back, have won 9 in a row. They play that tough defense and have really found themselves. Tennessee, well, how deep are they? 2 of their starters from last year's national championship runner-up team are actually coming off the bench. They are tough, they're fun to watch, and if this game goes like both coaches think it will, it's going to be a lot of action up and down the court.
And they've got a couple of All-Americans that are still around, and what a pair they are. Tamika Catchings and Samika Randall really make them go.
They certainly do, and Tennessee has a much more balanced attack this year, but Tamika Catchings transforming her game, going from a 4-player to a 3-player, and so that's allowing things to be a little bit different on the team. Samika Randall and Tamika Catchings last year against Texas combined for 43 points. They're not putting up those kind of numbers this year, but Texas and Tennessee both knows that they are capable of doing that.
And Texas knows they've got a height disadvantage tonight. That puts a lot of pressure on Tracy Cook to have a big evening.
Well, Tracy Cook has been very consistent for Texas so far. At 6'2", she can separate, hit that jumper. She's also been very aggressive in taking it to the basket and getting it to the free throw line. But the big question really is tonight, can Tracy Cook and her undersized front line, but talented front line, can they go against this taller, athletic Tennessee club?
Ought to be fun. Both teams want to get after it tonight. A good crowd expected here at the Frank Irwin Center, and Tennessee has certainly brought its entire show, including their dunker, Michelle Snow. She comes off the bench as Catchings and Randall are the real leaders. And on the Texas side, Tracy Cook hopes for help from Super Joe Ruth Woods to pull off the upset. We've got the lineups and the tip-off in a moment. Welcome back. The lineups have been introduced here at the Frank Irwin Center. Texas 11-1, rated number 15 in the nation, hosting the Tennessee Lady Vols, who come in rolling at 9-0, fresh off a 5-point win over Stanford. Texas beating Southwest Texas 82-47 in its last outing on Wednesday. The Tennessee starting lineup: Randall, Kara Lawson, an excellent 3-point shooter, freshman Ashley Robinson, a Texan coming back home, Catchings, and Gwen Jackson, a superstar from Eufaula, Alabama. Pat Summitt, 737 victories, 150 losses in 27 years now. 33-4 last year. Didn't get it done, in her words. If it's not a national title, it's not a great year. And for the University of Texas, Joe Ruth Woods, Ty Dillard averaging 10 points a game, Kenya Larkin, who's really stabilized his club as a JUCO transfer, freshman Stacy Stevens, really coming on strong, and we mentioned Tracy Cook, her importance, the leading scorer on this team at 12 points per ball game. And Jody Conrad, some final words with her team: 757 victories overall, 640 here at the University of Texas in her 25th year as head coach of the Longhorns. And here's Coach Summitt. Won their first national championship where? Here in Austin back in 1987, followed up with 89 and 91. 6 national titles overall. And they match up against Texas here tonight as Texas trails in the series 14-7. Tennessee leads, and the Vols have won 12 straight against the Longhorns, including the last 5 here in Austin. Last year, 106-76 Tennessee victory in Knoxville. Here's Catchings with the ball for Tennessee. They'll wear the orange. Texas with the white and the burnt orange trim. And goes for the 3 from the get-go. It will go, and the rebound comes off. Texas will go up quick. Dillard dishes. The blown layup that time by Larkin.
And here's just an indication of what this game is going to be all about, up and down the court.
Lawson moves it quickly. Catching back to Robinson.
Tennessee last year known for their triple post offense, that triangle offense, doing some different things this year, moving Catchings out to the perimeter.
And the putback by Samika Randall. 2-0 Tennessee.
Randall only 3 points against Stanford in their last outing, but Randall had a big game against Texas last year, going on a spurt with Kara Lawson, 17 points in 4 minutes, so they've got to keep Randall in check.
Joe Ruth Woods to miss, but the rebound. Jody Conrad told us rebounding will be huge tonight. Both teams strong rebounding teams. Tennessee outboarding its opponents by 14, Texas by 7. Woods again to miss, and it comes off to Randall and the Vols up 2-0. Lawson, Hobson, Kara, a 50% three-point shooter. That was a deuce. She averages 9 points a game. They'd like her to shoot more.
Kara Lawson, just a great pure shooter, and Tennessee picking up in a man-to-man here to start off with. A lot of that against Stanford in their last outing, but threw in some zones and some full-court pressure, as Tennessee is well known for, but starting off in a tough man-to-man against Texas this evening.
On the drive, the shot still won't go, as Texas is told to start with Dillard on the miss this time. Longhorns 0 of 4 here in the early going with 18:07 to go.
And that's just great hustle by Joe Ruth Woods. Very deliberate. Tennessee coming down looking for the right combination in their full court press, in their full court action. Kara Lawson wide open, pulls up for the jumper. The defender stayed under the basket, so she decided to pull up for the jumper. Tennessee, Kara Lawson makes great decisions for this club at the point guard position.
Jody Conrad calling a timeout as you look into the Tennessee huddle, and one of the things Jody told us today was concerned that her team would be able to keep their poise, be able to handle the waves that Tennessee comes at you, and certainly not wanting to get in a big hole here. Kind of what happened last year in the game down in Knoxville, where they were buried early on.
Yeah, that's a great point, and Tennessee, Jody Conrad right now talking to Texas about getting their composure, their poise. They've missed a couple of shots. They need to look for high percentage shots and just get one on the board.
Last time they met here was November 28th of 98. Tennessee, number 3 in the country. Edwina Brown, of course, was the show for Texas, but the Horns got big help from Kim Loomis. She hit 6 3-pointers and 22 points. 9,733 showed up, and they were treated to a show by future WNBA standout Shamiqua Holdsclaw, as Tennessee wins 86-65. Texas last win against the Vols, January 31st of 89. That was 69-67.
Both these squads having great traditions and went head-to-head a number of times in the 80s. Texas winning the national championship in 86, Tennessee in 87, but these teams have never met in postseason play. Not in the AIAW or the NCAA. As much as they both were there, it is incredible that they never met in tournament play.
Pat Summitt brings her team out in a full court press.
And any time that you have a dead ball and you're against a Pat Summitt team, they're going to come out with that full court pressure. Texas really worked on breaking this press yesterday in their practice and their shoot around today as well.
Dillard pinched in the backcourt. Wood, Larkin. And the interception taken by Robinson, now to Lawson.
Larkin had made a good decision by pulling up and then just tried to force it inside.
Robinson travels. Texas, one of the reasons Jody Conrad likes at least their shot at the upset tonight is she said this team plays great defense and they're relentless. We saw that against Oregon where they got down early and came back. She said they know if they play great defense, the offense will come and go at times, so the defense will always give you a chance. And tonight it's keeping them in here because they're tight here in the early going offensively.
They are tight in the early going, and some of that, they have a couple of guards that are injured. Aisha Hill has a fractured jaw. Alicia Sayre has an Achilles tendon problem, and they would be able to come in and bring some scoring.
Jackson with the bucket to make it 6-0 Tennessee. Yeah, and Dillard, you might notice, is also playing with a thigh contusion. That number 12 got the ball now. Inside, Stevens wheels, can't get it to go.
Well, that's a great look. Nice high-low pass. Had an opportunity. Freshman on freshman. Stevens just couldn't get it to go down.
Jackson burns him again.
Well, Tennessee just killing Texas right now with that transition. They are getting the ball and going off in a hurry, and Texas needs to get this under control right now. They do not want to get in a half-court game, but they need this kind of penetration right there by Jo Ruth Woods.
Woods, the big bucket to stop the 8-0 run as Tennessee had held Texas scoreless
for 3 minutes and 14 seconds.
Well, that's what Jo Ruth Woods does so well for this offense. She just attacks, penetrates, goes through. Jackson just a little bit slow getting there. Jo Ruth Woods, the best on this Texas squad at getting to the free throw line. She's the senior. She's the leader. She needed to do that for Texas to get on the board and get them some confidence to get in the ball game early.
And Woods, who averages 11 points a game, makes it 8-3 on the three-point play. Randall with it.
Clinching's right now trying to post up Woods inside, but now goes back out.
Boston travel.
Well, Texas, there's that defense. 43 turnovers they forced against Centenary in a 98-point win, which is pretty incredible in itself. And then 34 turnovers of force against Southwest Texas the other night.
Texas, with their athleticism, their quickness, they force you into doing things you don't want to do. And as you said earlier, that defense, they rely on that to keep them in ball games. They've been putting up a lot of points on offense as well, but they really rely on the defense.
You see Tennessee with their own pressure here, making Texas doing everything. Woods has got all 5 for the Longhorns.
Boy, and that's tough to take Samika Randall one-on-one to the basket, but Jo Ruth Woods just went in with authority and took it up.
On the drive, Clinching kicks it off. Robinson wide open. Wasn't quite ready. Quick clears for the Longhorns.
And that was actually very good defense on the drive, forcing Clinching to give it up.
Woods into Stevens. Stevens come on off a double-double the other day against Southwest Texas. 15 points, 10 boards. Took the miss. Dillard on the board, got fouled.
Boy, Dillard just battling there. You see the big wrap on her leg. She actually has a deep thigh bruise that she got from the game the other night, and stayed out of the Southwest Texas game. But she was in great position inside. Take a look here. There's Ty Dillard, goes up strong for it, gets it, and Lawson just in bad position and has to foul as Dillard goes up.
2 fouls on the Vols, and at the line, it is Dillard, a 65% free thrower. And Texas has come back to get 6 straight after an 8-0 start for the Lady Vols. Texas at the line this year, 68%. That is 7th in the Big 12. Rattles out. Robinson comes up with it. And Lawson will bring it over. Sophomore from Alexandria, Virginia. Randall looking low. Catching a little bit sloppy with the basketball. And the steal. Dillard got a block by Catching. And that is why she's the All-American. Makes a mistake, comes right back to get it back.
He doesn't foul, keeps her body away from Dillard, and just a great block.
Inside, wide open, and a brilliant pass from Lawson, and Jackson gets the bucket to make it 10-6. She's got 6.
And Jackson took advantage of some miscommunication there by the Texas defenders. Everybody lost track of Jackson. Nobody around her under the basket.
Tennessee will sub in a moment, and so will the Longhorns. Turnover going for Cook. Catching's the other end. Can't get it to go. But on the boards, it's Tennessee's Randall.
And just battling. Look at all the players in the paint. Both these teams going hard after the rebound.
Here comes Dillard, the Longhorns. And I think they like to get a little bit better tempo there because they do not want to get into a half-court game. Stevens takes advantage here on the rebound.
That's a great point. Texas doesn't want to get into a half-court game, but so far they've been able to get some offensive rebounds. Their penetration early to the basket and then some offensive rebounds is what has gotten Texas back into this ballgame.
Lawson, Catching, and she hits the three.
And Lawson's penetration set that up. Jo Ruth Woods had to come over and step and try to help on the penetration. Catching's able to get a good look at the three.
Catching's averaging 13 a game, 7 boards, leader in both categories for the Lady Vols. 13-8 Tennessee. Austin all over Dillard. Back to Woods. Trying to go baseline on Catchings and got her with the foul. So Tamika Catching from Duncanville, Texas. Already had one homecoming and an impressive
sellout crowd at TCU in a victory for Tennessee.
So far, the Vols up by 5 here in Austin.
Back here at the Irwin Center in Austin, Texas, Tennessee just going up 13-8 on the strength of Tamika Catchings. Here's what happens. Robinson is up here setting the pick and roll for Lawson. And as Lawson comes around the screen, there's Joe Ruthwood's freeze it right there. You see how she's getting around Dillard? Joe Ruthwood has to step up. That allows the kick out to Catchings, and Catchings gets a great look at a three-point shot. Woods just had to come over just a little bit on the penetration because Dillard got caught up in the pick and roll.
Catchings 31% from behind the arc, and it's a Tennessee lead. Inside the lane, Texas plays one up, gets it right back to Hastings, who just came in the game on the backboard. Anissa, a freshman from San Antonio, 6'2", 8.5 points, 5.5 boards a game. A tremendous athlete with the ball now.
And she has just so much energy. That's why she's in the game, is to get those offensive rebounds, and that leads to the bucket by the other freshman.
Stacey Stevens. And Stevens lays it up and in. She averages 10 points, leads him in rebounding at 7.8 a game. Here's McDivitt, who came in during the break also. April, a sophomore from Connersville, Indiana. Also newcomers to this game, Kristen Ace Clement, number 33. They go down low, and it's Snow. Another newcomer to the game. Out of bounds, but there's the difference.
Texas is deep, but not like Tennessee.
Well, and Texas was more deep when they had Alicia Sayre and Ty Dillard come off the bench, or Aisha Hill. Aisha Hill, thank you. But Tennessee able to come in with Snow, who was a starter last year, Clements, who was a starter last year. Look at the experience in this second five for Tennessee, and that's why they just keep coming at you and why they play so well in the second half of games.
They just tend to have longer runs or more of them than your opponent. They just figure. Larkin to the hole.
What a shot by Kenya Larkin.
She was able to free herself up from the defense of Ace Clement and cut through about 3 or 4 Tennessee defenders. And now look at Larkin's spark on defense.
And Clement got by her, and the foul is on Kenya Larkin. Larkin out of Trinity Valley Junior College and led him to a national title. What a spark here.
Well, Tennessee has struggled this year defending the penetration to the basket. Texas has taken advantage of that early. Larkin just able to get around Clement and just splits through Snow, and the other defender there just right through him and takes it up. Then probably a little too eager on defense and commits the foul on Clement.
Larkin's first, team's first at the line is Clement. Ace, the senior, misses the free throw, averaging just under 6 points a game. Leads the team in assist to turnover ratio at 3. 18 assists on the year to 6 turnovers.
And it was her presence that was so missed when Tennessee played UConn in the national championship game last year. She went down with an injury on the day of the game, and it really just hurt Tennessee so much, took them out of the game, and UConn went on to win big.
The press works here for Tennessee. As Texas throws this away, Longhorns averaging 16 turnovers a game. Tennessee's been forcing 22 a game.
Just bad decision by Texas. They know that after a free throw, Tennessee's going to put on the press, but they're allowing Tennessee to really press them into the corner, and that's what Jody Coach Conrad told them not to do.
Tennessee's turned it over a few times as well. 5 now. They lead by 2. Stay with us.
Pat Summit's Lady Vols up a deuce, 14-12. Bill Land, Brenda Van Langen with you here in Austin, and Tennessee getting some inside looks at 6 of 11 from the floor.
And shooting 55% because they've been getting great looks. Able to beat the defense down the court, pushing it inside off the break, something Texas has not been doing as well. Tennessee taking advantage of that part of the game.
Texas early jitters missed his first 6 shots. They're now 5 of 15. And here's Dillard still in the bill again. Tie game at 14, and Dillard with the jumper.
Dillard has such a pretty jump shot. They don't want to just settle for the perimeter jumpers, but if she can get a step, they're going to look for that.
Snow counters at the other end, and Tennessee jumps right back on top. Michelle averaging 10 points, almost 7 boards a game off the bench.
And just what we showed in the replay, Tennessee's so good about getting it inside, and good move by Snow to get around the freshman Stevens.
Dillard looks to Stevens, trying to penetrate. Larkin. Pivot on her, back to Dillard. Over Clement. Wow, what a shot, and a foul. Bucket counts. I think Tennessee may get the ball back, or Texas to the ball back as well.
Ty Dillard coming out of that last timeout, making some noise for the Longhorns. She's able to get it here as she gets it at the top of the key. Watch the ball movement for Texas. She gets it, little dribble, gets April McDivitt on her heels, able to put up the shot. And then she gets it here. She is looking inside for Stevens, but a little head and shoulder fake on Clement this time, able to go up over her. She has such a sweet jumper, can really elevate up over the defense. And she's taking advantage of those speed mismatches right now.
And the foul on Robinson gave the Horns the ball back. Joe Ruth Woods with the banker. Texas leads for the first time tonight. Woods has got 7 to lead Texas. Snow. And a foul will be called on Hastings.
Snow has just become so much more tough on the block. She played on the Jones Cup team this summer, got more physical with her play. That time, even though she had 2 players coming at her, she got squared around and was able to go up over Hastings and draw the foul.
And whereas women's basketball fans certainly knew of her, everyone that follows basketball knows of her after the dunk over in Hawaii. She has taken great delight in dealing, particularly youngsters, and telling the story like it's the first time that it happened, as she has really become a hero to so many of the young women's players.
And a lot of girls are coming up to her with their headbands and asking for her to sign a Michelle Dunk Snow, and she's more than happy to do it.
Out of bounds, and it's going to be Texas basketball. Want to remind you that more women's college basketball coming up on Fox Sports Net. Tennessee goes to the Valley of the Sun to take on Arizona State. The first outdoor women's college basketball game going to be played at the Bob at the Bank One ballpark. And boy, that should be something. They've sold 10,000 tickets for it already. Now, you're wondering, oh, wait a minute, what if it does rain out there? Well, they do have a retractable roof, but what I'm wondering is if they take the wind or not the first half.
And Pat Summitt said she'd always wanted to play outside like most of her players had the opportunity, but at least she gets to coach outside, so she's excited about that game.
Texas an air ball. Tennessee got it back and out of bounds. It'll go back to the ball. But Texas' little run has brought this crowd into the game.
It certainly has, and look at their defense. That time, very active. Tennessee did a good job reversing the basketball. That usually gets a defense out of sorts. But that time, Hastings able to come around and poke the ball out of bounds, so Tennessee can't do what they want.
Lawson inbounds. Robinson the jump hook. Texas kept it alive.
Great hustle.
Lawson for 3. Great block out, but catching just outworked Woods for the basketball win. Jackson, and she gets the baseline. Bucket counts. Foul underneath on the Lady Vols. The game is tied again.
It's just great hustle by Tamika Catchings. You know, everybody knows she's an All-American. She can score and rebound, but it's her hustle, it's her great attitude. She's the player coming up with the loose balls. She's not afraid to dive on the floor. That time she just out-hustled Jo Ruth Woods to go get the rebound, was able to set up the score.
And Randall comes in for Catchings. All-American for All-American. What a deal, huh?
Only at a couple of schools is that going to happen. And Tennessee is just fun to watch because of that.
Woods beats the press, couldn't finish. Hastings in the block. Got a little bit too far under, still scrapping. Woods. Hastings again. Out of bounds, Texas.
What does Anita Hastings bring to this Texas squad? She brings a great attitude and just hustle. She is all over. When she's in the game, something is going to happen. Watch Hastings just get after it. She's under the backboard, not able to get it, but does not give up on it. Jo Ruth Woods takes it up in traffic, but where's Hastings out of the picture and comes all the way across and hustles and gets the ball back.
On the inbound, a steal by Lawson. So all that effort and then turning it over on the up break for Texas. Again, that pressure defense on the volunteer.
Jen Jackson just so tough on the block, just taking it up over Tracy Cook. She has become a much more mature player this year, listening to what Coach Summit has to tell her. Much more of an offensive force for the Lady Vols.
Already in double figures. She's got 10, averages 11.3. Letterman scoring 4 times this year. Tracy Cook trying to get it going. Too hard on the shot. Randall brings it up for the Lady Vols. 2018 after the second lead game. Tennessee on top of it.
Well, they're going to go back to Jackson, but that sets up for pass to Lawson.
The scoop won't go. Cook on the run. Larson wheels and drew the foul. And that is the kind of transition game that Jody Conrad wants to see. That we asked her, so what about lack of three-point shooting? Simply was there, a 10-point-per-game player last year, still out. She said, well, I used to coach when we didn't have the three-point shot.
So they aren't going to worry about it, but it starts with the defense again, forcing Lawson into the scoop and then breaking out. Look at Tracy Cook passing ahead. Larkin attacking the basket, drawing the foul. Not a lot of contact there, but she was aggressive and attacked the basket.
Jody Conrad will tell you, we've got to have easy baskets. Pat Summer will tell you, Tennessee's got to make sure Texas doesn't get easy baskets. So it's quite a battle of wills going on here. And Larkin at the free throw line, hitting the first as Texas substitutes, as both teams with such a frenetic pace using its bench. And here's Larkin, the JUCO transfer, a chance to tie. Even at 20. Lawson brings it up to the Lady Vols.
Tennessee continuing with that pressure, man-to-man, helping each other through screens. Good pressure on the ball by Larkin.
And it results in a foul on Lawson of Tennessee.
Surprising, Texas is really frustrating Tennessee with their athleticism, their quickness. They're really forcing Tennessee to make some choices that are not good decisions.
Pat Summitt continues to look to the bench and visit and come up with other answers as Texas in the bonus. That's the 8th team foul on Tennessee. Texas with just 2. Keep track here with 8:31 to go. Texas a chance to really make some difference at the free throw line. It's Larkin. Can't hit here. Godfrey kept it alive to Stevens. Dana Godfrey. And she gets the do.
Great hustle. She just worked hard to tip it. Nice pass out to her. Dana Godfrey, teammates with Kenya Larkin in high school, as well as Tamika Clinching. So 3 players from Duncanville out on the floor.
Steal by Stevens. The lead pass to Dillard. Couldn't finish. Joe Ruth Woods at a tie-up, and it'll go to Texas.
Ty Dillard went up for that layup like she thought she was going to get contact and thought she was going to get fouled. On the offensive rebound, Dana Godfrey tips it, gets it to Stevens, passes out to Godfrey. She deserved that one as she got the tip up.
And we missed Stevens coming back, hitting a bank shot. It's 24-20, Texas' biggest lead. Robinson answers immediately.
Tennessee going back to what's been working for them in this game, to go inside. Robinson going up tough inside, but Tennessee just keeps, they've got the height advantage inside. They need to keep taking it in.
Dillard back out to Larkin to run the show again. 7:31 remaining in the first half, 24-22. These teams average in the 80s. Texas at 80 a game, Tennessee at 85.
Good defense by Randall. She defended 2 players on that and got the rebound.
Randall pulls up, passed up, a great shot. And it won't go in the corner for McDivitt, and then a foul on Tennessee on the fight for the rebound.
Boy, Texas is doing such a good job of blocking out. You can tell it's a point of emphasis. Every Texas player is getting a body. And that time, Ashley Robinson was coming down to get the rebound. She just shoved her defender in the back. And it sends Texas to the line. And I tell you what, Texas getting to walk down the court and shoot free throws without the time running and getting this time to rest. Since they don't have as much depth as Tennessee, this is going to be a factor in the game. It's going to help them keep in the game with the number of players that they have to draw from.
Another part of it, they're going to have to hit those free throws. Tonight, they are 4 of 7 so far from the line. On the drive, Randall. Jackson and a foul. Boy, these two really getting after it on the backboard tonight.
It was so physical, and Jackson is being such a spark for Tennessee tonight. She is everywhere. She has just been pounding it inside and getting to the rebound, there. Stevens had nothing else to do but to foul her, but give Jackson a lot of credit. She's actually the second leading scorer for the squad this year, and I thought some comments were really interesting, how much she's matured and taken to Coach Summit's coaching. She was too sensitive last year, took some of that criticism to heart. This year she's toughened up and really turned it on the court.
The Woods a breather. Hastings, you see Godfrey out as well, and now Texas a little confused who is in and out. Stevens will come out for the Longhorns, and Godfrey stay. 6:52 to go. Yeah, Jackson last year was almost doubled her output. 5.5 points a game as a freshman. This year 11.3, and she's got 11 right now. Good clear by Cook, and it allowed Dillard to come up with it. Texas by 1. 15 on the shot clock for the Longhorns.
Well, we talked about Tracy Cook early. She is really battling. It's tough for her with the more physical game inside by Tennessee. She's a good post up there, though.
Can't get it to go. Brought it down. Got it blocked. And Hastings in for the fight for the rebound. Well, you get the feeling that Tracy Cook, who's 0 for 4 from the floor, if she can get that first one to go, Brenda, she'll get back to the flow of things.
I think that's a great point. She's working very hard in there, but the physical defense of Tennessee is taking its toll on her.
24-23 Longhorns with a timeout called on Fox Sports Net.
It's here, waiting for you.
Boy, it's got hairy in here tonight. 24-23 with Texas over Tennessee. They come in all shapes, sizes, and colors to watch these two get after it. And what a battle it's been on the backboard.
Well, Tennessee has gotten it inside well, but Texas has not. And that time they were able to enter, but Samika Randall came over and altered the shot, but no block out. Texas hard on the boards, but look at all the defensive pressure there for Tennessee, making everything difficult inside, but then Randall commits the foul.
10-4 on the offensive boards for Texas. But Texas shooting just 35%, 10 of 29. Tennessee is 10 of 20, 9 less shots, but right at 50%. Here's Randall. And a foul will be called, I believe, on Stacey Stevens, trying to battle against Michelle Snow inside. So Stevens picks up her second. Team foul number 5 for Texas.
There's just good position by Michelle Snow battling against the smaller Stevens. She really posted her up tough.
Kick it out. Air ball from McDivitt. Stevens retrieves. Godfrey, they don't want her dribbling in traffic. And it's again lost out of bounds. Texas basketball.
You see how Stacey Stevens came back that time? After she picked up the foul, she was the one that got the defensive rebound, but she kicked it out to Godfrey when she probably shouldn't have, but she realized that. She went and dove off the floor, and she's the one that smacked it off McDivitt to give Texas the possession.
Stevens can make things happen in a hurry. 15 points, 10 boards against Southwest Texas. She only averages 21 minutes a game and averages double figures at 10 points. Here's Larkin.
Tennessee going to mix it up here, coming out in a 3-2 zone, giving Texas a different look and trying to keep them off the offensive boards.
Tennessee has 9 players that play 10-plus minutes a game, and they just continue to rotate it. Pat Summitt can use different combinations for different things defensively, and so many weapons, so difficult to prepare for, not just because of their talent level.
Well, great coaching staff, as everybody knows, at Tennessee, and they're going to come out and do whatever it takes. And that time, going into that 3-2 zone, that just takes Tennessee out of their offensive rhythm. And Texas has to do a better job of attacking it, but Tennessee's so good at taking away what their opponent likes to do.
Shot won't go for Randall. Jackson had a grip, but got it right back. Kicks it out to Lawson.
And there's Jackson again, so active on the offensive boards.
No. By Carter to Littleton. Littleton got a touch on it, but it comes back to Tennessee. And Littleton, senior out of Junction City, Kansas, and a steal. Wood.
And there's the speed of Joe Ruth Woods. We saw that earlier. Lawson penetrated and tried to draw Woods and kick out to catching. She tried to do it that time, but Joe Ruth Woods learned her lesson and got in the passing lane.
Woods with 9. Randall can't pop it. On the boards and a foul. It'll be against the University of Texas. I think it's on Cook. But a moment ago, Texas defense turned into offense.
In the passing lane, Lawson tries to penetrate and not able to get it past Woods. Woods just out-hustles everybody, and that's what she does so well for this squad. Woods is always going to defend the other players, or the other team's best player. She's got the assignment of catching, and she is all over the passing lane that time.
Lawson throws one up and in. I mean, tosses it up and in. No wonder they want her to shoot 26-25.
Well, she's a scorer. She just hasn't been putting up a lot of points for Tennessee, but she has the capability, and with her strength, she definitely can take it powerfully to the basket.
Lawson averaged 13 a game as a freshman, just 9 a game this year. Cook got it blocked and a foul. As Jackson and Clinching were in on her.
And Tracy Cook, I'll give her credit. She's not backing off one bit. And if nothing else, trying to get Tennessee into some foul problems, and she'll go to the line where maybe she can get her shot going.
She is just working so hard underneath. It's just been very physical. Tennessee got Texas to do what they wanted. They took the outside jumper by Dillard, but Cook able to get in there in position and get the rebound. Watch her go up. The foul here on the block looks like a lot of ball up top. I saw the official make the motion like it was body underneath, but there was a lot of space between Jackson and Cook on that one.
Jackson got the foul, her second. Cook, an 83% free thrower, hits them both. Her first points of the night. Texas by 3. Kicked away. It'll go back to Lawson and the Lady Vols, and reset on the shot clock. And a substitution. We take a break. It's 28-25. Longhorns winning in Austin. Texas with a 3-point lead, 28-25, and a back-and-forth game here in Austin. The Longhorns so far doing a little bit of everything to have the advantage.
And why is Texas able to stay with the number 2 team in the country? Well, they've hit some outside jumpers. They have great hustle, people diving on the floor, and then just the extra effort, the offensive rebounds, the kick out. They've been hitting their shots when they need to in those situations. And then the defense, Joe Ruth Woods on catching, not letting her get the ball, driving the length of the court and getting the score in transition.
Texas led by Woods with 9. Tennessee's got Jackson leading the way with 11. Catchings with just 3. Randall with 2. So the 2 All-Americans, only 5 combined. Inside, knocked away by Cook and stolen by Dillard. Texas on the run. Dillard pulls up. Too hard, rebound Catchings.
That time, 5 Tennessee players were in the lane to get the rebound.
Tamika Catchings kicks it out to Lawson. Cannot hit the 3. Cook and Larkin to the middle of the floor. Dillard.
You know, both teams saying they want to run. Both look a little winded, though, after a couple of trips back and forth. There's so much energy going on in the half-court game.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. The energy is being spent with the physical play on the block and on the perimeter. Nobody can make a move without getting bumped, and it's taking its toll on both teams.
Littleton too slow to get back, but might have got a touch on it. And it comes back on the block off of Pillow's attempt. Pillow's first action of the game, and Tennessee with 10 turnovers. And that Texas defense, again, paying dividends.
Tennessee comes out of this timeout in another defense, now in a 2-3 zone instead of the 3-2. Just giving Texas a little different look.
Cook, a nice job to keep her composure and find Woods, who stepped up to the 12-footer, but she couldn't finish. Catching, picks it out. Randall. You know Tennessee's going to get it going. They're getting really good looks right now, and Randall gets one to fall. It's a 1-point Texas lead. Randall's got 4. He's also got 5 rebounds to go along with the efforts tonight. Joe Ruth Woods back to Cook. Touched by Tennessee on a block. It'll go back to the Longhorns. Snow is saying, no, I didn't get that one, Ref. That should be our ball.
Well, it's just that switch up by Tennessee in the 2-3 zone. They made Texas do something out of character. Tracy Cook tried to force it up over 2 post defenders inside. But now at the out of bounds, they go back to a man-to-man.
Lindsey Ryan comes in for Texas. She is a three-point threat. Larkin. Whoa! A rainbow jumper. And it's 31-27. And Kenya Larkin's energizing the Irwin Center.
Good ball movement by Texas to move the ball around to the weak side. Larkin had a great look. Only a 27% three-point shooter, but knocked it down.
Out of bounds, going to go back to Tennessee. Larkin with her 7th point of the night. And she averages just 5 a game. Leads in an assist at over 3 a contest.
Larkin with the defensive role here to play on Lawson, but she has really been that true point guard that Texas needs.
Catching. Can't hit. Rebound. Pillow. And a foul. Oh, out of bounds. It's going to go the other way.
A very physical play by Texas underneath. Pillow just not able to get a handle, and 2 Texas players just diving at her to make her turn it over.
Larkin will bring it up. 1:20 remaining in the half. Texas has matched its biggest lead of 4. Lindsey Ryan inside. Godfrey. Get it out of here, says Snow. Comes off to Ryan, though.
Tennessee hasn't had a lot of block shots, but Jody Conrad talked about that earlier today, that Texas has to handle it when they do.
Ryan the miss. Catching. Down low to Snow, and Tennessee running the floor. Back within a pair. 31-29. Snow's got 4.
And just a beautiful pass by Catching. Snow running the court hard, doing a good job of being a good target in the middle of the lane, and Catching, getting it up over the defense.
Ryan going for the 3 again. And now Texas has taken the last 3 attempts have been from the arc. 1 went for Larkin. Ryan's missed a couple. They don't want to get into that type of game. But still coming back trying to go inside first. Davis moves it around. Tennessee lost it. The wild attempt won't go. The rebound, Godfrey. Here's Larkin. Lindsey Ryan back to Larkin. Joe Ruth Woods. They got 8 seconds. Ryan. Cook. Through the hole. Couldn't get it to fall. And that'll end the first half. A steal. Oh, it would have counted. Godfrey came up with the alert play. Texas enters the locker room up 31-29. Longhorns 9-0 when leading in the half this year. Tennessee has led at the half of every game this year except the last game when they beat Stanford, the 15th ranked team at the time, by 5. It's 31-29 here at the end of the half, and we're going to go down in just a moment to Brenda Van Langen with Pat Summit for the 31-29. Longhorns on top by 2, and here's Brenda.
Well, very physical first half, Coach. How do you stop Texas from getting on the offensive boards?
Well, first of all, you have to box out and you have to want a rebound, which is a lot about desire, and our basketball team hadn't been real inspired, particularly on the defensive boards, and we'll talk about it at halftime, and I think we'll do a better job in the second half. We need to.
What are the adjustments you need to make offensively?
Well, we're getting some good looks. Our point guard play right now is not really sharp, and I think that's breaking down our offense. And when we've gone inside, we've had some good looks. I'm not disappointed in our post play, except our play off the bench was not as strong from the post position. Snow got going late. Pillow didn't give us anything, and we need to be able to depend on our bench a little bit more.
All right, thanks for stopping in, Coach. Back to you, Bill.
Thanks, Brenda. Yeah, you can just tell the energy that's been spent here. 31-29. Our first half score, Tennessee, the number 2 ranked team in the nation. Pat Summit's Lady Vols down a pair to Larkin and the Longhorns. We're back with more on Fox Sports Net.
On top by 2, and what a first half we've had here. Bill Land and Brenda Van Langen with you at the Irwin Center. Maybe not real pretty at times, but boy, Pat Summit not happy with the effort she's getting, Jody Conrad's got to be excited about the effort she's getting.
Oh, absolutely. Jody Conrad and the Texas Longhorns just doing it with their defense, forcing Tennessee into some turnovers and just really getting it done. I love the play of Jo Ruth Woods. She has the assignment of Tamika Catchings, and she has really been doing a great job. But the offensive rebounding has really showed the heart and desire of this Texas squad.
Let's take a look at the numbers because Tennessee came in with the engine rebounding. You'll notice there the offensive boards, Texas 13-8. But the Longhorns have got to be saying, wait a minute, we're up and we're only shooting 29%. Just maybe we do pull off the upset tonight.
Well, and that really goes along with what Jody Conrad was talking to us before the game, the fact that this squad knows that they can rely on their defense. That's what they've bought into with this Jody Conrad system. They know their defense can win some games for them. They're getting the points off turnovers because of their defense. Their offense is not looking great as far as percentage, but they're getting on the boards and they're making it happen on the defensive end.
All right, stay with us. We'll have more halftime activities from here in Austin. Texas by a pair at the half. You're watching it all on Fox Sports Net.
Hey, looking great.
The Conair rechargeable.
Of the University of Texas, NCAA Women's College Basketball. It's Tennessee trailing Texas 31-29 here at the half. Texas trailing 8-0 to start the game, led by as many as 4 and up by 2 here at the half. Well, it's been another big week for the Big 12 Conference, and every week on Fox Sports Net on Friday afternoons and Saturday morning, we bring you Big 12 Showcase, a wrap-up of all the conference action. And here with a look at what's been going on around the Big 12 this past week is Keith Flexer.
This week on Big 12 Showcase, we bring in the holidays with a festive setting and update the sports world in the Big 12 Conference. Santa has already been good to one Big 12 school, and we look back at the memorable weekend in Richmond, Virginia for the Nebraska volleyball team. Big 12 Player of the Year, Gracia Lee Sapero, along with Laura Pilikowski and the rest of the Nebraska Huskers, dominated at the Final Four tournament, defeating Wisconsin in the national championship game to become just the second volleyball program in the history of the NC2A to go through an entire national championship season with an undefeated record. Big 12 Coach of the Year John Cook makes good in his first season as the Huskers coach after stepping in for retired legend Terry Pettit. It's the Big 12's second national title of this academic season, joining the Colorado women's cross-country team. It's also the conference's fourth NCAA championship of the calendar year 2000, along with Texas men's swimmers and divers and Oklahoma softball. The football bowl season is upon us, and one Big 12 school is gearing up for a first-time bowl event. Texas Tech prepares to usher college bowl excitement back to the Houston Astrodome in the GalleryFurniture.com Bowl to be played on December 27th. The Red Raiders come in with the Big 12's most productive passing offense and look for it to pay off against the East Carolina Panthers. Also on Showcase, we check on the basketball races as they prepare for conference play right around the corner.
Mornings on Fox Sports Net, Big 12 Showcase. Check the listings in your region of the country. Right here in Austin, it's Texas by a pair at the half over second-rated Tennessee, 31-29. We're back with more in a moment.
You bought your kid just about every I gotta have this or I'm gonna die thing under the sun.
31-29, it's Texas by a pair here in Austin over the Tennessee Lady Vols. Bill and Brenda Van Langen back with you at the Irwin Centers. These two teams loosen up and get ready for the second half. Let's take a look at some first half highlights. First of all, for the Lady Vols of Tennessee, as the Volunteers came out and got the first 8 points of the basketball game, and they did it going inside. Robinson with the deuce. Lawson with the shot. Catching the good look inside for Snow and an easy pair. Texas, on the other hand, offensive board. Stevens off the miss. Dillard pulls up for the jumper. Larkin with the high-arching three. And the Longhorns, even though they're shooting 29%, lead at 31-29. We're back with the second half in just a moment on Fox Sports Net.
up tonight on your Regional Sports Report. We're going to hit the hardwood for a battle between two top 20 teams. We'll bring you all the highlights as the number 4 ranked Vols travel up north to take on.
Wake up. 31-29, Texas with a 2-point lead over Tennessee, and Brenda Van Langen had a chance a moment ago to visit with Jody Conrad about the lead.
Jody, you have to be very pleased with how hard your players played. What did you talk about at halftime?
Well, I think some of those shots that we missed that half have to start falling for us, and we just need to relax and be a little more patient offensively. You're right. I'm very happy with our defense. I thought we really played hard, and I thought it was a very good defensive effort, but we got to have something on the other end.
All 3 of your guards have played either 20 or 19 minutes. Are you concerned about that in the second half?
Well, we're going to have a Christmas break, so we've got to leave it on the floor. There's no point in not giving it our best, and we have to have those guards on the floor, so you're going to see them lots of minutes.
All right, well, thanks, Jody. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks.
Good point there, Brenda. And Jody Conrad saying, hey, we don't play till next Thursday against TCU. Let's go and get after it. Inside pass for Tennessee. I think what's really important is how do the Vols react? You know, Pat Summitt gave that team a tongue lashing at intermission.
There's no doubt about it. The way she was talking to me, you could tell that that was not going to be fun to go into that Tennessee locker room.
But it's Stevens against the first bucket for Texas to start the second half, and it's back to a 4-point game, 33-29.
When Coach Summitt talked about the fact they weren't getting good play out of the point guard till Ace Clement actually coming out and starting in the second half.
Jackson, the jumper and the foul, and she will go to the line. Well, it's kind of interesting, excuse me, Brenda, when we were talking to Coach Summitt earlier today and said, how do you have the consistent effort throughout the season and 30-win seasons and very few letdowns this team ever has, and they play this killer schedule? And she said, well, it all starts in practice. She said, our practices before coming to Washington for 3 days about as intense and as tough as they're ever going to get. And she said, when players learn that, game day is almost like a day off. It's like, all right, hallelujah, we get to take it out on somebody else. And I think she's established that, and all the players know she selects. She does more than recruit. She can get whoever she wants, and she can get the right kind of player to fit her system who will be unselfish.
And in those practices these last couple of days, you know they worked hard because they have a 4-game road trip that includes games against UConn and Rutgers. So they need to be sharp, and they practice very hard these days preceding this road trip.
Hustling back, a foul is called on Tennessee. Both teams picking up an early one here in the first 45 seconds. That foul was on Clinching, her second. Tennessee with 5 players with 2 fouls, nobody with 3. Texas with Stevens and Hastings, or their Godfrey with Stevens and Hastings have 2 fouls apiece. And then Texas turns it over here.
Tennessee with great defensive pressure. They did not let Texas get a good look on that inbounds play. Tried to lob it up over the top, just didn't work. Good aggressive defense by Tennessee.
Jackson against Cook. And a bucket, forget it. It'll be a charge against the Lady Vols. When Jackson, that is her 3rd foul now.
Jackson was the story in the first half. She went 5 for 5, but here she tries to get around the corner, and Larkin there, I don't know. I think it looked like she split the defenders on that one.
33-30, yeah, I would have to agree with you. Pat Summitt certainly, the official know her opinion there. Texas weathers the press. Dillard to Woods. Jackson on the return. Robinson and the Texas native to the basket and charging the call here. Dillard giving it up. High, just 5'9", and Ashley Robinson 6'5". 3rd foul on her.
Well, Tennessee obviously very frustrated there, and I think that's a good call that time. Dillard is in position, but I think Tennessee is probably more frustrated that they didn't get the score. They had a 4-on-2 opportunity there, and Jackson pulled up and shot the jumper instead of hitting the wing who was cutting to the basket. So Robinson, great hustle, but Dillard didn't even move, and Robinson just ran over.
Texas, they're methodical right now. Stevens to Dillard for the Larkin. Inside they look. Joe Woods amongst the trees. Couldn't go. Stevens to follow. Couldn't go. Rebound to Clinching.
good hustle. That was good defense by Tennessee, but Texas has to get that follow-up if they're going to get the offensive rebound. Then Stevens picks up another foul. That's 2 in a row.
Clement getting the baseline on Stacy, and
You know, she wanted to get there a little quicker. So Stevens picking up the foul. And now she's got 3, and a timeout is called with Texas up 33-30. 17:52 to go here in the ball game. Well, Tennessee at 9-0. They've won 5 against ranked teams, including a 111-62 win over Illinois. That's the common opponent of these two, and Tennessee down 3 with a real dogfight here. We want to remind you on Sunday, we're bringing you the tailgate party to you. It's the NFL this morning on Fox Sports Net. You've heard about it. Hopefully you've seen it on a rockin' Sunday morning pregame show. Chris Myers and the Breakfast Bunch examine the playoff picture, plus they put the Colts-Vikings game in the Cyberstrader, and they've got all the buzz from the Jets. NFL this morning, Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on Fox Sports Net. Check local listings for the start time in your area. 17:52 to go here. Randall, the jumper on the inbound. Dillard comes up with it, and another foul on Tennessee. It'll be on Shamika Randall, the senior from Cleveland, Ohio. Shamika Randall has really not been much of a factor tonight.
Pat Summitt giving it to the officials right now. That time, I think it was the right call, but she's telling that official that was his call. He was out of position. More upset about that the officials not making the call within their position than whether or not it was a good call. Working the officials right now.
Randall's first foul, and that might be an indication of her neck. Woods got it blocked. Catch it, saved. Got it blocked again as Cook ate it. Robinson with a stuff that time. Here's Randall. Clement down low, wide open, and easy two for Gwen Jackson.
Great court awareness by Ace Clement. She knew Gwen Jackson was under the basket, just got it quickly and touch pass underneath. Again, the hustle by Jackson, we just see it over and over.
And Woods pulls up this time. Those blocks get you thinking a little bit. The outside jumper won't go for Texas. Catching's on the run. Tennessee making a roll here. Clement. And Tennessee is back on top.
Clement was so important to Tennessee in their comeback against Stanford the other night. She was there. She created fouls on the other team. She forced them to foul. She had a good pass. She had some rebounds down the stretch, and now she's making a difference here for Tennessee in this stretch.
Larkin wheeling in with a left-hand lay-in. She's got 9. The other way, Jackson, and it's Tennessee back on top.
Incredible pass and great hustle again by Jackson. It's been Clement and Jackson for Tennessee.
Dillard the miss. Tennessee the rebound.
I'll tell you what, the best condition, the freshest team may be the winner in this one.
Robinson lays it in, and the ball's up 3 now, 38-35. And both teams will be subbing on the next whistle.
Both teams look like a couple of prize fighters right now that have been knocked around. Everybody's slow getting up that time, just trying to get down the court.
They drop it into Cook. Backs off for the jumper. Still won't go. Hastings on the board. Everything but in. Saved out of bounds. Tennessee basketball. Well, Hastings 0 of 3 from the floor. Tracy Cook is 0 of 10. They're 0 of 13 together. Tennessee leads by 3. Stay with us.
Tennessee up 3 now after trailing at the half by a pair. 38-35 Lady Vols. They blocked 5 shots. It speed this run here in the second half.
Catching's able to get great position and throw it in bounds off Joe Ruth Woods, but there's the other block. Jody Conrad knew that Tennessee would block shots. That's how they respond, and Tennessee responds by coming up the court and scoring in transition. They've really been taking advantage.
And Jody talking to Hastings and let them know that, hey, two ways you got to respond. You cannot be intimidated by the blocks, and then you also must bust it to get back on defense to not allow Tennessee to get the easy bucket. Butts kicks it off here and catches. Ball trying to get a little rhythm. Clement with a miss, but a foul is called. It'll be on Texas on Ty Dillard. And Dillard picking up the personal foul. Team foul number 4 in this half on Texas.
Dillard gets her first foul of the night.
And you can just feel it right now. Tennessee is making that surge. They are taking advantage of Texas' mistakes. They are hustling. They're getting up and down the court. This Texas needs to step up and stop this surge, or Tennessee can get some momentum and start pulling away.
Clement at the free throw line to make it 39-35. It's a whole different situation from the beginning of the game when Texas was tight offensively, got down 8-0. They knew, all right, it's early. But some energy's been spent now, a bunch of it. And you get down in the second half by 8 or 9 points, it's a whole different deal trying to come back against such a savvy team like Tennessee.
Well, and Tennessee is so tough in the second half. In games earlier this year against Boston College, they were able to bring up the defense and hold Boston College down as far as number of points and percentage in the second half, and they came through. Same thing with Stanford. Tennessee, with their depth, is able to come through and have a strong second half, and Texas needs to stop the bleeding.
40-35, and the fouls up the offensive glass with a chance to make it a 7-point game. Clement on the drive, and another foul on Ty Dillard, her second, and Clement will go back to the free throw line.
How about Ace Clement coming up off the bench, has just shown what an intelligent basketball player she is here in the second half. She's making things happen. Even though Ty Dillard is a great defender, Clement got her off balance and was aggressive and took the ball to the hole.
Clement averaging 5.9 a game, 78% from the free throw line. Drains this one, and it's 41-35, and this senior was all about scoring in high school at Cardinal O'Hara High School in Philadelphia, and broke the city scoring record. If you take a look at Wilt Chamberlain, she scored more than Wilt Chamberlain. So it puts in perspective how much of a scorer she was. Different type of player at Tennessee, where she does a lot of things. Larkin out front for Texas. They're down 6 now. Last 7 in the game will come for the Volunteers. The pressure defense forces Texas to call a timeout here. Tennessee turning it up a notch with 14:45 to go, and I think the message at halftime was well received.
Oh, the heat is on. There's no doubt about it that they were listening at halftime, and that time Larkin just picked up her dribble when she shouldn't have, and the suffocating Tennessee defense all over. Larkin could not see to make the pass.
Well, Tennessee will take a few days where they'll scatter, and then they'll reconvene in Phoenix, Arizona. And Fox Sports Net will be there to bring you women's basketball on Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern. The number 2 ranked Vols take on Arizona State at the Bob. That's right, the Bank One Ballpark in the first outdoor women's college basketball game. Watch it on Fox Sports Net Wednesday night.
Pat talking it over with her assistant coaches, Mickey DeMoss, Holly Warlick, Al Brown, one of the greatest coaching staffs in America, obviously been together so long in all the championships. But you know they made the adjustments at halftime, and now Texas has to come back and make their adjustments. Throwing up those kind of shots is not what Texas needs to do against this defense.
Larkin the miss there, and Clement brings it right back. And another foul on Texas underneath. So the Longhorns now have picked up 5 team fouls, and Hastings gets her 3rd personal foul. They can ill afford to have Hastings, Cook, Stevens get into serious fouls. Got to have what big folks have got hang around. Bunch for the miss, nice block out by Woods for Texas that time. Longhorns need to get going offensively. They're just 26% from the floor, 14 of 54. They are 2 of 13 this half from the floor.
And it's because they've gotten into a half-court game. Here they are again in the half-court trying to go against this tough Tennessee defense. Now that's what got things started for Texas in the first half, the penetration by Joe Ruth Woods. But they need to score in transition to get back in this game.
Tennessee up 4. Pops for the 3. Boom. 44-37.
And that's Tamika Catching's perimeter game really coming around. Always playing that 4 position inside and getting a lot of looks in the triangle offense previously, but she's improved her perimeter shooting, her ball handling, her passing, preparing Tennessee to play in March, preparing Tamika Catching to play in the WNBA.
Catching with 2 threes for her 6 points. On the deck again, and a foul will be called on Tennessee. No, it's going to be on Texas. I beg your pardon. It's on Hastings.
Hastings with the good hustle, but I think when she slid down, she actually hit the offensive player on the head. Good hustle, though, by Hastings. We talked about it. She just brings new life to this Texas squad. Her play and Stacey Stevens, they played on championship teams in high school, AAU national championship teams. They bring that championship mentality, and Hastings always all over the court, but also foul prone as well, and it's put her on the bench right now.
Hastings losing her 4th. She has not scored, but she's got 5 rebounds tonight. Cook comes back in, and now Clement stepped out of bounds and will go back to the Texas Longhorns.
Clement trying to create again and make things happen, just stepped on the sideline.
Momentum has swung to Tennessee. The Pat Summit knows they're not out of the woods yet by any means here in Austin. Godfrey with it.
Texas needs to have more screening and movement. Right now, you're seeing a lot of standing around with this Texas offense.
Larkin kicks to Godfrey. Worked for the shot, but only one. And knocked out of bounds. It'll go back to the Lady Vols with Cook trying to get a hand in on it.
We talked about the tongue lashing Tennessee must have gotten at halftime. And the game was very physical in the first half. And Pat Summit had to have talked to her group and said, we can play physical. And they are certainly doing that. They're doing it defensively, not allowing Texas to make the sets they want to. And there, Tamika Catching just showing her hustle again.
Stevens knocks it away. Here's Larkin.
Well, this is a good early season test for Texas. Jody Conrad, Karen Aston, the associate head coach, talking before. This prepares us for the wars of the Big 12 Conference.
Stevens with a putback and relentless effort got Texas that bucket. 5-point lead now. Stevens in double figures with 10. 44-39.
Every team Tennessee faces always puts forth their best effort. We were talking to Debbie Jennings, the sports information director, and she made the comment, if teams, host players would play as well as they do against Tennessee night in and night out, they would have great seasons all year. The Texas host players, Stevens stepping up, really playing hard underneath.
See Stevens wearing the battle scar as she's got the bandage on the side of her face.
Well, now Stevens and Hastings with 4 fouls. They've been playing their hearts out on the court. That time, Stevens just getting tangled up and committing the foul.
11:54 to go, 44-39, and Snow hits the free throw. Stevens leads with her 4th foul. 10 points, 7 rebounds. Hastings comes back in with 4. And at the line is Michelle Snow, a 51% field goal, the 6'5" junior from Pensacola, Florida, and hits them both. It's 46-39. We'll take a brief break on Fox Sports Net. Tennessee up 7. Well, youngsters would like to see the Horns hook them, but right now it's Tennessee erasing a 2-point halftime deficit and up 46-39. Some strange numbers here. Texas has gotten 19 more shots in this game, but only made 16 of 60 for 27%. Jody Conrad's team is 4 of 19 this half. Tennessee's turned it over 16 times, just 6 for Texas. Plus, it's allowed the Longhorns to hang in here. Now they're facing full court pressure from Lady Vols. Cook to Larkin. Wood. And a foul. It'll be on Tennessee. But the other part of this is
if it takes you 10 to 12 seconds to get the ball up, you've only got 18 seconds to run an offense that is struggle in a half-court game anyway. So Tennessee's not necessarily saying we got to have the ball on the press.
And not only are they physically wearing out Texas, also mentally, that just takes its toll when you have to go against that pressure so many times up the court. It just takes its toll on the team.
Hastings pops in the middle, can't hit the shot. Snow with a rebound. Averaging 6.9 here in the game, had a double-double with 18 and 11 boards against Stanford. The steal the other way, Larkin. Dillard.
Excellent, unselfish play by Larkin. That time she was driving so hard, she threw all three Tennessee defenders over to her. Some miscommunication by the Lady Vols. And great pass over to Dillard, who can hit the jumper.
Again, defense in transition. Inside, Snow over the corner, Hastings. Rebound, catching.
And there's Catchings making the play. You'd expect that out of the player of the year, but she has been all over the boards and on the floor. Her scoring hasn't been there tonight. She struggled a little bit, but her presence is being felt.
8 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 assists for Catchings. The three for Larkin.
And Larkin coming through. We talked about it earlier. She led her Trinity Valley junior college team to a national championship. She played on a high school championship team with Duncanville and Catchings and Godfrey. She's the one that's turning it on right now. She's making the difference for Texas.
And it's 48-44. About the time you think the Lady Vols are going to deliver that knockout punch, Texas has shown just enough to get right back in it and down 4 with 10:31 remaining here.
Larkin pushing it up, and as she draws the defenders, look, all three Lady Vols go to the ball, leaving Dillard open, and Dillard made a good decision by not going into the 6'5 defender. And then good ball reversal, everybody touches the ball, and Larkin able to get it up, just like she did to close out the first half for some momentum for the Longhorns.
And a career high for Larkin with a dozen. Her previous best national TV game against Oregon, where she had 11. Texas came from behind in that one early on to blow away the higher-rated at that time Ducks. Tonight, different story, where Texas down 8-0, came back, led by 4, 2 at the half, 4 again in the second half before Tennessee got on its roll. Now Randall to the line as Texas with 18 fouls. That was the second foul on UT Longhorns. Kenya Larkin. Randall at the free throw line. And Samika with a miss. Hastings with a rebound. Dillard. To Joe Rootwood. Again, trying to dribble penetration. Cook. Sandwich. Squeezing through and then blocked again by Robinson. And a foul.
And Texas cannot be committing these kind of fouls in the open court. Already Tennessee in the bonus, a turnaround from the action in the first half where Texas got in the bonus early. But now Tennessee able to march down the court and go to the free throw line on all these kind of fouls. On defense, or on the offensive end for Texas, Tracy Cook had nowhere to go against that 3-2 zone defense. Tennessee just closed in and trapped her. She had nowhere to go. Again, excellent defense by Tennessee.
7 block shots for the Lady Vols. And Tracy Cook, 0 of 12. Fighting for position there, but still couldn't get it. Catchings comes up for the rebound. Robinson, or the Jackson with a putback.
Catchings and Jackson all over the offensive rebounds for Tennessee, and they're starting to spread that rebounding edge. And Jody Conrad said to us before the game, if we get out-rebounded by Tennessee by 14 rebounds or whatever they typically average, we're going to get beat. That's the story of the game so far here in the second half.
They're being out-rebounded by 9 for the game right now. Cook, just nothing to go for Tracy Cook.
That's tough to go up over Jackson there.
Catchings to Clement. Robinson looking low. Nice deny by Tracy Cook, leading the break.
Tracy Cook just forcing right now. She wants to get that first bucket to go and just didn't make a good decision there in transition.
Well, Tennessee made the right decision. They know she's on 12. You back off, make her hit the 15-footer, deny the other players the ball. Cross court for Tennessee. With 8:57 remaining. it and won it. 8 on the shot clock. Robinson the 3. Randall flying through the lane for the rebound for the Lady Vols, and they'll reset.
There we go again. It's starting to sound like a broken record in this second half for Tennessee, knowing how important these offensive rebounds are, getting after it. Taking a little time off the clock now. They want to make use of every possession.
Clinching right by Woods. To be honest with you, I don't know why Woods went out on him. There was about 10 on the shot clock. And a foul on Robertson. Texas very fortunate there. Clinching is not going to miss that very often on one hand, and then they come back and get the foul the other way. Cody Conrad trying to pull it together here. 10,858 here tonight. 17th largest home crowd in University of Texas history. And the best since a Texas Tech game back in February of '96. 14,000 were here.
It's only a 6-point lead right now for Tennessee, and Texas could easily get back in it, but they're struggling for every basket they make. It seems like the lead is much greater.
You're so right. Lindsey Ryan. Yeah, everything is a struggle right now for Texas. Dillard with 15 on the shot clock, and a foul on McDivitt.
Well, and that's a tough matchup for Tennessee. McDivitt trying to stay with Ty Dillard. Dillard so quick at going to the basket. She had to reach. McDivitt didn't see the pass coming, but Dillard went and got it and then drew the foul.
Clinching's tying her career high with a 17 rebound performance. 5 assists I mentioned earlier, and on a night where she's just 3 of 9 from the floor, but she's hit 2 big three-pointers. And you mentioned that's become a part of her game. And Pat Summitt made the comment, just said it so matter-of-factly, I coach for March in all areas. And she said, that doesn't mean I don't go all out to win every game. But she said, we have a purpose in what we're doing. And she knows that Tamika Catchings will make this team a better team at learning a position, as well as better herself. And in March, they'll be a whole bunch better.
Well, and with Catchings on the perimeter, they have 6 veteran players that play perimeter positions. With Ashley Robinson adding to the post game, they don't need Catchings so much down low. And you can see where the difference is made in this game with the perimeter play Tennessee has been able to have. They've gotten the starters, Farrah Lawson not having a great game, but they've had the rotation to make up for it.
Lindsey Ryan for 3 and still won't go. Snow with the rebound. McDivitt will hustle it up down the floor with a 5-point lead. Larkin knocks it out of bounds. Well, Texas, while shooting a chilly 27%, has forced 19 turnovers to hang around. It's a 5-point game. 7:27 remaining. Tennessee with a 50-45 lead over Texas. Bill Langen, Brenda Van Langen with you on Fox Sports Net. Now, remember, coming in, we talked about the 2 All-Americans, Catchings, who averaged 13 a game to lead them, and Randall averaged 10. But it's Gwen Jackson, the only player in double figures. Catchings certainly has had the all-around game tonight with the 17 rebounds and the 5 assists. Samika Randall, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, just 2 of 8 from the floor. But it's always a different player for Tennessee, and Pat Summitt's wanting those other players to step up. And Jackson has certainly, you mentioned, been the one that has been the most assertive this season in that role.
Tennessee has 6 players that average over 8 points a game, so if 1 or 2 players are not shooting well, they can rely on others. They're struggling against the Texas defense a little bit, but Jackson coming through and Catchings with 8 points, so they're there. But this Texas defense has caused them a lot of problems this evening.
20 turnovers now. Tennessee only averages 16 a game, and Texas has got 16 points off the turnovers. So a third of their points have come off of turnovers. Larkin had a notion. He's hit a couple of threes. Woods. And back to Tennessee as Texas turns over for just the 7th time tonight. Texas has come up with 11 steals.
I talked to Karen Aston a little bit yesterday after their practice, and she talked about the fact that a lot of teams have thrown zones at them, so this is nothing new to see Tennessee throw this zone at them, but they have to be patient. They have to continue to attack it. Right now, they're just being content passing the ball around.
Catching, taking control herself here, and it's 52-45. Double figures for Clinching. She's got 10. A near steal by Clinching and a foul instead. And she better be careful with that display or she may get hit with a technical.
She's all right. She's telling McDivitt she's okay, but a lot of hustle. She tries to get out there in the passing lane, and, you know, kind of like the wide receiver playing defense, she came around and caught her body as she went to deflect the pass. That's why she gets called for the foul there.
Her fourth foul, and she will come out of the game for the moment. Catchings is 4. 18 fouls on the Lady Vols, 9 for Texas, both in the bonus the rest of the way. 6:32 to go, and here's Woods. Joe Roos cannot hit. Texas now 7 of 12 from the line. Woods 1 of 3. Or 1 of 2. 11 points. Larkin with 12. Stevens 10. Drops it off to Randall. I think Woods may have gotten a hand on that. Cook with a fetch in now. Comes Larkin. Woods.
Jo Ruth Woods has just played brilliantly for Texas tonight. She has played great defense on Catchings, and there, because Catchings is out of the game all over Randall, making it difficult to drive.
Cook, nothing but iron tonight. 0 of 15. She has 10 rebounds. She's got her only 2 free throws.
And here's Larkin again. Jody Conrad earlier today saying how much energy Larkin brings to this ball club. She says she has energy when she goes to the water fountain. She and Anissa Hastings are always energetic, getting this team up and, you know, not stopping. Larkin here in the passing lanes, running this team really well. She's just played a great game for Texas as well.
Keep an eye on Stevens in the game with 4 fouls now. 5:37 to go. Tennessee by 7. Clement with a miss. And it comes all the way back to Lawson.
And this game's hit a little lull where Tennessee gets a bucket here, and all of a sudden, that clock's going to start to become a factor.
Randall can't cross. But on the boards, it's Stevens.
Here's Dillard from Larkin. Cook. Back out.
Texas gets a second chance. Trying to score in transition. Dillard pulls up for that jumper. She has a nice jumper, but I think she settles for it too much. With her speed, I think she could do a little hesitation and go right around for the layup, but a lot of times she'll pull up for the jumper.
10 on the shot clock. Woods in trouble. Stevens pulls her way to the bucket. It'll count!
What a big play for the freshman. A lot of maturity and senior leadership by Jo Ruth Woods. She penetrated and drew the defense and made the right decision. She gets it to Stevens, and Stevens not content with just going up for the jumper, but splits the defenders and draws the foul. And that could be the momentum builder that Texas needs.
Stacey Stevens, a 4-time All-Stater out of Winsboro, Texas, scored 2,765 points and pulled off 2,215 rebounds in her high school career. 57% is what she is from the line, though. Got the three-point play here, and it's back to a 4-point game. Well, the crowd will get into it now. No, going to work. Stevens with a rebound. Wood. Taps away to Larkin.
Tennessee continues to be in that 3-2 zone. When Jo Ruth Woods is able to penetrate and get inside the defense, they were able to make some noise.
Foul is called away from the basketball. It's on Michelle Snow.
She's looking in disbelief. Tracy Cook trying to get around. Just what elbow in the back just displaces her. There you go. There's the shove. And you can, and again, how about that?
Come on, Michelle, don't argue that one.
Well, it's okay to put your forearm on the post player, but when you're shoving and displacing, that's when you're going to get the call.
Cook at the free throw line. And Tracy Cook's got to go. I don't understand. I can't make a layup, but I go to the free throw line and I can hit. And here she is, 3 of 3 from the line, 0 of 15 from the floor, but 11 rebounds and still hanging tough.
You have to give her a lot of credit for those 11 rebounds. It's frustrating when you're not scoring, and it's easy to just get frustrated with your entire game, but she is just working hard, and that she's one of the leaders of this squad. She needs to. They're really coming through with boards.
Tennessee, Randall. Ryan with a rebound. Knocked away. Ryan retrieves. Gives it off to Larkin. Texas with a 3 to tie it. This place would erupt. Wood. Into Stevens. And a foul on Texas.
And the great Tennessee interior defense made Stevens alter her shot there. Stevens had a good look, but she altered her shot.
And that is the 5th foul on Stacey Stevens, so it's the double whammy. She altered the shot, then got the foul going for the basketball, and fouls out with 13 points.
And look at that intensity. I'll tell you what, Jody Conrad is very pleased with the effort by that young woman. It's going to make a big difference on this Texas squad, not only this year, but for the next several years. But she is upset. She is a competitor, and she wants to be in the ball game at the end of the game. And that's why you see her so upset.
And to the other end, Michelle Snow goes to the line. Tennessee, 8 of 17 in free throw shooting. They came in 66%. Snow, now 3 of 5 from the line. She has 7 points, and it's 53 to 49.
It's just amazing. We've talked about the great defense both these teams play. And this game could have either been a track meet and been a 90 to 80 affair, or a defensive battle like you see here. The defense certainly winning out.
Yeah, not that both teams didn't want to run, but both are shooting below 40%. It's the Lady Vols by 5.
Tennessee 54, Texas 49 with 3:53 remaining in the ball game. Jody Conrad with 757 victories, wanting 758 oh so bad. As Pat Summitt's Lady Vols had it 737 and 353 away from making it 738. And Texas bringing it up down 5. But Stevens out of the game with 5 fouls. It seems so gloomy for Texas, but as we're done during the break, 1-3, and all of a sudden, the place is jumping again. Lindsey Ryan, who has missed her 3 from behind the arc tonight.
They need to get the ball reversed. All they've done is gone to one side on this possession. They need to move the ball, move the zone, and attack.
5 on the shot clock. Woods has to force one up. Hastings kept it alive, and a bucket and a foul! Oh, my God! Lindsey Ryan!
A three-point shot or a three-point play? Boy, Texas used the entire shot clock. It didn't look like they were going to get a shot. Actually had to force up the shot, but Lindsey Ryan battling, everybody battling in the right place at the right time. Nobody over there. Ryan goes up and gets the shot, but misses the free throw.
Snow rips off the rebound. And it's 54-51. Ryan getting her first points of the night to bring the Horns within 3. Lady Vols now. We're going to work on Cook. Catchings wheels right by her, and then the reverse.
And there they put Catchings on the block. They had a little triangle post going. She was able to get it and just spin right around Tracy Cook.
She's got a dozen. And how nice to be able to say, all right, let's put her back at the 4. Cook. Ryan, the 3.
Oh, yes! Usually you don't make those three-pointers. When you think about it, you don't see a lot of shot fakes on three-pointers and then go back up. Ryan feeling it.
It's a 2-point game. Snow lost the basketball. Ryan picks it up. And Joe Ruth Woods will give to Larkin. Texas within 2. 2:25 to go.
Again, Texas surveying that 3-2 zone. Can't be content just standing outside unless of course they get it to Lindsey Ryan again, but they need to attack.
Looping it to Hastings. Going inside. Got it blocked. Cook got it blocked and a foul. Well, caller Tennessee swatting them away left and right. And Texas going back after it.
And Clinching's able to spin right around Tracy Cook. No help defense. Nice reverse layup. But then Ryan with a little pump fake and then up over Michelle Snow. Lindsey Ryan, the best three-point threat for Texas right now with Aisha Hill and Alicia Sayre out of the game. Lindsey Ryan didn't even shoot any three-pointers last year for Texas.
This year, 44% coming in, fourth in the Big 12. And Randall back in, Snow out. Cook at the free throw line. She's 3 of 5 tonight. 0 of 15 from the floor. Can bring him within one, doesn't. And the rebound comes off to Robinson. Quickly, Tennessee to run to Texas. Against Cook. Easy two and a bucket, and she is fouled.
The All-American steps up and makes the play. Last time she was able to spin around Tracy Cook. That time she gets it in transition and just a little hesitation goes right around All-American. And she knows how important this is. The leader coming through, gathering the squad in, knows that she has to attack the basket and make something happen. Be the playmaker.
Well, Clinching, who has seen some success on this floor, she had 17 points here in the victory 2 years ago. And, of course, playing on the state championship team at Duncanville High School and winning a title on this floor. You don't want to come away a loser tonight. And she's showing it here on a night where she has, let's say, struggled offensively, but scoring-wise for a while. Now she's at 6 of 12 for the floor, 14 points, 17 boards, and 5 assists, and taking control when they need it most.
And filling that leadership role right when Tennessee needs it, she's the one to step up and make it happen.
Well, Tennessee, we talked about their schedule, and they've had 5 victories against ranked teams. Look what's ahead. Arizona State in that game that will be on Fox Sports Net. And then UConn, that's in Hartford, Rutgers at Madison Square Garden, and then they start the SEC with LSU. 3 games against top 12 teams, and then at Arkansas for their second SEC game. Meanwhile, Texas will be off until the Longhorns take on TCU Thursday, the 28th, in Fort Worth.
Well, this is the time of the year when each team prepares for their conference battles, and the SEC, the Big 12, just tremendous conferences. Both get beat up night in and night out playing against the team throughout your conference. What a great matchup for both these squads to prepare them for conference play.
Another timeout called here, so we'll take another 30 with a 58-54. Boy, and you think of Tennessee and the 6 national titles and all the success, but this team in the last 20 years has only had 4 unbeaten Decembers because they do play for March, and they play that killer schedule. Well, here they are 9-0 and being sent to the end by Texas. 58-54. Well, NFL action, you want to be set up for your Sunday morning? Check it out at 10 a.m. NFL this morning. That's 10 a.m. Eastern as the Wild Gang with Chris Myers and crew in the Breakfast Bunch. Sam with the playoff picture. Take a look at the Colts-Vikings game and the Cyber Strader and more. The free throw is good by Clinching, and the three-point play makes it a 5-point game now with 1:56 to go. Clinching with 15. Jackson leads him with 18 and 11 boards. Those two have doubled up Cook. And the deny and the steal by Clinching. And the bucket.
Tennessee had dropped back into a man-to-man. There's the coaching of Pat Summitt and her crew. They've been in that 3-2 zone all night. They come back, all second half, I should say, drop back in a man-to-man, a different look for Texas, and force the turnover.
And now, Texas in dire straits. Down 7 with 1:18 to go. Inside, Joe Ruth Woods over Clement. No. Out of bounds. The underneath official needed some help, and it'll go back to the Longhorns. Dillard will come in. Cook comes down.
This Texas squad rebounding this year after the loss of Wade Trophy recipient Edwina Brown. They've come through and really filled the gap well. A lot of people have stepped up for this Texas squad.
They put Dillard in looking for the outside shot. She got the shot, but it doesn't go. Now Tennessee going to try to run a little clock, and Texas is forced to chase. Tennessee had a 7-point lead at 46-39 earlier this half. And it's 52-45, and now they come back and hit another one, and it's 63-54, and the 7-0 run here at the end has spelled doom for Texas. 63-54. Dillard drew the foul with 32 seconds to go.
And you have to give a lot of credit to Texas. They have battled throughout. And these guards, Larkin and Dillard and Woods, have played pretty much the entire game. What a load against this caliber of competition for them to hang in there and play throughout. Still have the energy. Dillard attacking the basket, drawing the foul. A lot of credit to this guard crew from Texas.
Robinson in the high fives as the Texan with 6 points. He fouls out with 5 rebounds. Ashley Robinson, who in the recruiting battle, it came down to Texas and Tennessee. And Tennessee mighty excited that they got averaging 8 points and almost 6 boards a game. She had 5 blocks in the win over Stanford. What a presence that Robinson and Jackson and, of course, Snow give them inside defensively. Those blocks basically turned tonight into a nightmare for Tracy Cook. And her 0 of 15 floor performance, even though she got 13 rebounds, certainly a key factor here.
Michelle Snow and Ashley Robinson inside Jackson doing the job. They're just so tough to go up over in the paint. Just frustrating Tracy Cook.
In double figures with 10. 30-second timeout. As Texas will try to set up the press and needing a turnover and some buckets to get back into this one. We've got a final to pass along. Another Big 12 school, Texas Tech, routing Southern Cal tonight in Lubbock, 85-59. Colorado leads Florida 42-25 at the half in that game between Big 12 and SEC teams. And boy, both these leagues are loaded again. The Big 12 with Iowa State and Baylor currently unbeaten. 4 teams in the top 25. SEC's got LSU, Florida, Tennessee, Georgia, Auburn, Mississippi State. Who's not ranked? And don't forget our next telecast starts things off for the Big 12. January 6th in Norman. 2 of the 3 tri-champs from a year ago, Iowa State and OU, will battle at the Lloyd Noble Center.
What a great way to start the Big 12 season.
Long pass to Hastings, intercepting it, and now to Larkin. Going for 3. Kept alive, it comes off to Clement of the Lady Vols. And Texas, for a moment, had a glimmer there. Catchings is fouled in the backcourt with 18 seconds to go.
Well, Gwen Jackson, the sophomore for Tennessee, is such a difference maker on this squad. You've got the talented senior group in Catchings and Randall and Clement. But Jackson is a sophomore coming through, the second leading scorer on the team this year. With the number of points, 18 points, 11 rebounds tonight. And the reason I mention that, the shot goes up for Texas, and who's the person with her hand on the ball for Tennessee but Jackson? She's the one that kept it alive, did not let Texas get another try. Jackson has just played a tremendous ball game for Tennessee.
And Catchings with 18 points, 18 rebounds, a new career high in that category. Now 19 points for Tamika Catchings, senior from Duncanville. And what a homecoming for her tonight. Godfrey with a bucket and a foul.
This Texas squad is not giving up, and they've shown a lot of heart and desire. And I tell you what, they are going to have a good opportunity in the Big 12 Conference. There's a lot of teams that lost that star player last year, and Texas losing Edwina Brown, Oklahoma losing Felicia Whaley, on and on down the list. All the players, 10 players drafted to the WNBA out of the Big 12 last year. But it's who fills the gaps the best. And I tell you what, this Texas squad has been impressive. how they've been able to overcome and not replace Edwina Brown, but to fill in the gaps and do very well this season.
Godfrey with 5, wide open. Tennessee bunts and lays it in. 67-59, her first basket. There's Tasha, freshman from Milledgeville, Georgia, on the board. Woods the other way. Hastings at the buzzer. No, and that's it. So Tennessee got a fight and a scare, but the Lady Vols go to 10-0. Second-ranked Tennessee drops Texas to 11-2 and stops the Longhorns' 9-game winning streak with a 67-59 victory, and both these clubs have bright futures, Brenda.
Oh, absolutely. And Tennessee getting this confidence booster. This was a rough and rugged game that they came through. Pat Summitt not happy at halftime, but they came through in the second half and used their defense to really take it to Texas. But Texas, they're going to have a good run through the Big 12 this year, showing that they have a lot of heart and determination with this game tonight.
For Brenda Van Langen and our entire crew, this is Bill Land saying so long from Austin. Once again, our final score, Tennessee 67, Texas 59. Join us for our next Big 12 women's basketball telecast Saturday, January 6th at 2 o'clock Eastern. Conference play starts. Defending Big 12 champ Iowa State, ranked number 5 in the nation, meets number 20 Oklahoma. Check your local listings for the games and times in your region. You've been watching coverage of NCAA women's basketball on Fox Sports Net. So long, everybody.
Hope to continue celebrating the holiday season with a W over one of the top teams in the country, the Tennessee Lady Volunteers. Led by one of the most respected and winningest coaches in all of basketball, Coach Pat Summitt and her Lady Vols look to slam dunk the Sun Devils and leave the desert with their perfect record intact. It's Tennessee and Arizona State next on Fox Sports Net.